We're back. We're back.
Yes, we're back from Maui.
Maui.
This was one of the pillow gifts that we got while we were on the Stampin' Up Maui incentive trip. And it's been now, I guess, is it 2 weeks now since we've
I
been?
think so.
Just
Doesn't
1
feel
week?
like it. I'm still in Maui mode.
Yeah, I guess it has been 2 weeks. So are you recovered?
Pretty much. And I'm going to take the hat off. Whoop.
Did you struggle with the time change? Like,
yeah, probably more going there because going west is always worse with the time change. But coming back was an issue too. We got back about 6 p.m. Monday evening after the red eye and a 4-hour layover in Seattle. So we were pretty wiped. We picked up some fast food on the way home and spent time with the dogs. I mean, that was the big thing. We did a little unpacking that night, but finished it mostly up on Tuesday. And we both took Tuesday off because we just needed to kind of regroup and recover. And although your dad never takes time off, he was back down here in the afternoon. So anyway, how about you guys?
He was. Well, we had an earlier flight. Like our flight left at 1 p.m. So we got to LA and we left to LA at midnight and then had a 4-hour flight to Chicago. So when we landed in Chicago at 6 a.m. So we slept like 3.5 hours and then had to drive 2 hours home. So we were kind of tired. And I think it was the lack of sleep like that night that just like threw us off for a couple of days. Like we took a nap, but like we slept in the next morning a little too late and Jim was a little late for work. He did not take the next day off of work like he probably should have, but now we're back to a normal schedule. Really missing Maui. I bought a hand cream while I was there. And so like it's a coconut scent and it just like it reminds me of the Maui air. Like it's just it brings me right back. I should have bought you one. Maybe I can order it online. I'll have to
you're so sweet. Yeah, we our excursions were wonderful. We did some things together, we did some things not, separately. And which was great. We had some good food. It was so wonderful meeting up with some really good friends that we only kind of get to see now on incentive trips. But yeah, I'm missing them as well. And the sad part was that our Canadian, our European, our South Pacific demonstrators couldn't join us due to COVID travel restrictions because it's so fun meeting with them and talking with them and just comparing, our stamping lives. And I missed that. I really did. But we just had a very intimate time at our Aloha or our Mahalo luau as the sun was setting. And I say intimate because there were 650 of us there.
But the crazy thing is, if everyone had joined us, all the global achievers, it would have been like double that. Like we were half of the achievers. So it was definitely a different experience. But we soaked it all up for all of them and enjoyed it extra for all the people who couldn't be there. And those incentive trip achievers who couldn't attend did get pillow gifts in the mail and did get some things. And I heard that they sent them really fast. I think maybe they even sent them from Maui. So that was really exciting. And they did make some changes to share some of the experience during the week with trip achievers who weren't able to attend.
Yeah, and
I want to show you something. I'm sorry.
I got to brag on us first before you show. Julie and I were the only mother-daughter achievers.
Yes.
So, and that was kind of fun and special. We had our picture taken with Shelly, because they're mother-daughter. And so, I mean, there were other mother-daughters there and they took a huge picture of all the mothers and daughters. So, some of the mothers were demonstrators or brought their daughters with, some were daughters that brought their mothers with. Some were just traveling with their spouses and their children. So they were
I think there were other demonstrator pairs of mothers and daughters, but we were the only trip achiever demonstrators, mother-daughter demonstrators in attendance. I don't know if there's any global mother-daughter trip achievers, but definitely
so.
Maui one. So
Yeah.
so
So
that was exciting. And I
yeah,
really love taking these trips with you guys. I was telling somebody, like, this was only the third time that we'd seen you guys in the last 18
yeah,
months. Like, so
yeah.
it's crazy. We live, I
Yeah.
think we've said this in other videos, right? We live a couple states apart, so we don't get to see each other often. So we're really excited. And I don't think we announced the name of this new series yet.
We didn't. So go ahead and show your yes. So I did also pick up a piece of art from a street vendor. That's what you're going to show, but it's up in Amy's bag because I bought it for her. So I
That's right.
didn't think to bring it down. So I
Well,
apologize.
it was on my floor and I picked it up, but I was starting to say we have not said the name of our new stamping series here, our new video series. So hello and welcome to the first edition of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie.
Yay!
So this will be an every Sunday video series and it'll post on YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. I've been saying it. I don't remember if we agreed on this or maybe I just made it up, but noon Central Time. Is that what we agreed on?
We hadn't talked about it. Yeah, I guess we could do noon Central Time, which is 1 Eastern Time. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So every Sunday, and you can find us anywhere that we are. So we're going to have this video up at noon Central Time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And I don't know the rest of the time zones. Mountain and Pacific and wherever you are in the world, you can find us every Sunday. And we're going to share a new project. So today we have a fun project to share with you. So I'm going to show you the art I brought back from Maui. And then Mom is going to show you the new product that we're going to use. And then we'll share the projects that we've made. So let me go ahead and spotlight the artwork. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Whenever I travel for these Stampin' Up! Trips, I always try to bring home some art. And so I found this gallery in this little town when we were on one of our excursions. And this is all art from Sherry Reeve. And she does watercolor prints and she lives there in Maui. And I just thought, like, I loved it. This one especially, so colorful. This is actually a magnet. But this just reminds me of all the colors and the beautiful, like, just atmosphere. And then turtles. I had to show you the turtle because we got to swim and snorkel with turtles right on the beach outside our resort. So gorgeous artwork from Sherry, but that's not all that we brought home. Let me change the camera over here. Mom, show us.
You ready? The new mini catalog.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they were really playing coy with us. Like we kept asking, "Are we gonna get the catalog?" And everyone we asked were like, "I don't know."
Yeah, it was. So you're excited to get it. And there's so much to unpack. And unfortunately, we are not able to open the cover and show you what's inside yet. Because actually it's only achieving demonstrators who were on the trip. Yes, so that, let me qualify that. We were on the trip and we got the book. Even those who qualified but didn't make it haven't seen this yet. I think they've seen the PDF of it, correct?
Well, so they have seen the PDF of it, but if they've received their package with their pillow gifts, then they have their hard copy. So I know that I've heard many demonstrators have received their package already with their pillow gifts, so they would be achieving demonstrators who didn't attend would also have their hard copy. But so I just want to say really quickly that the PDF of the July through December mini catalog will be available for demonstrators to view on June 22nd at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're a demonstrator, you don't have access to view this yet, but it's coming very soon. Even though this is called the July through December mini catalog, we are delayed just 1 month because of some inventory issues, trying to make sure we can get all this stuff in. So pre-order will start July 1st for demonstrators, and then this catalog will launch for customers on August 3rd. So the stuff that we are going to show you today is like super, super, super early sneak peek.
Yes, it is. And we decided to do that to launch our first one since we got it in Maui. We thought, well, why not? So this is our first post Maui video. I'm going to flip it over and show you the back side, because this just kind of gives you a little preview. Our artists are phenomenal at Stampin' Up. I mean, they truly, truly are. And so a lot of the stuff, the paper is hand painted, and it's simply gorgeous. So just kind of give you a little idea of how some of the artwork is done. All right, so now I'm going to show you what we're going to use. And we are going to use, it's from the Painted Christmas Suite, but I can only show you like the bundle. So here is the stamp set, and this one is called Christmas Season. Now this particular suite has a second bundle, which we don't have yet, but I sure do want to get my hands on it. So anyway, so this is the stamp set that we'll be using today, Christmas Season. And then the coordinating dies that go with this one are Christmas labels, I think, or painted labels. I'm not even sure the name, but there's a lot. Oh, let me just.
Seasonal labels.
Seasonal labels. Thanks, honey.
I love all these label shapes. Like, I feel like this is going to be a versatile one even after Christmas. Like, you can.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I'm going to put my vote in to carry this one over just because of all the dies. So these are just a lot of fun. And there's some little edges. There's all kinds of little pieces here. There's berries. I don't remember how many are on here, but just so many dies. I had to put them on 2 magnet sheets. So that is the dies.
It is a big set. Like in the package that comes, I was kind of surprised because like I opened it up yesterday to play, and I saw the first sheet and I was like, oh wow, that looks great. And then there was a whole second sheet of dies behind it.
Yep. All right, let's look at the paper. Ooh, my favorite. So this is so pretty. And then the flip side of this one are these fun, and I'm not sure if these are berries or ornaments. I'm going to say they're berries, holly berries, but I could be wrong.
Go either way with that. And this is a 12 by 12 paper. You've just put it down to show us.
I did. I absolutely did. Okay. And then this one started off to be kind of my favorite, but there's a lot of favorites in here. And the back side of this one is just some ferns and leaves. And there's a whole bunch of colors, and I had my sheet out to tell you the colors.
I was just I was pulling the catalog open to check myself. So keep showing the paper and I'll give you the colors in a second.
All right. This one is on a crumb cake background, which I like. I like this. It just kind of softens everything. Mm-hmm. The back side of this is soft sea foam with some, I know it's hard to see, but they're holly leaves and berries on here. My camera keeps trying to adjust this, so I'm going to hold still. Hopefully that will help. So hopefully.
I think that other side is my favorite of all the paper with the crumb cake backgrounds.
Yeah, I think so. And this one's a pretty one as well. And this one has early evergreen, and I want to say, oh no, I'm not going to guess.
So the colors in the catalog are listed as Real Red, Pear Pizzazz, Evening Evergreen, Garden Green, Soft Succulent is, I think, the lighter one that you're not sure about. And then Early Espresso. So Pear Pizzazz and Garden Green match up really well together. And then Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. And those are both new in colors that are in there.
Yeah. I love this one. Mm-hmm. Just love it.
And that's hand painted, like as we just looked at on the back of the catalog. So pretty.
Yeah. And this one is, I'm guessing this is early evergreen tones.
Yeah, I feel like with the watercolor background like that, like I think it goes well with either Evening Evergreen or Soft Succulent.
Yeah, I think so. And then here's some more pine cones. And the stamp set, the pine cones, it's like a 2-step stamping. So
I am going to show that in my project, actually.
And then here's the back side of that one. Some, I guess it's a herringbone, sort of.
Yeah, I think I would call that a herringbone.
Yeah. So that's the designer series paper, and you've seen that. So really, you're kind of getting a sneak peek before some demonstrators even. So anyway, all right. So Julie is going to start and show her project, and then I'm going to set mine up to show mine.
I love that we got like that whole bunch of stuff for a pillow gift, because this is I always talk about this. It's the cover girl. This is what is featured on the cover of the catalog. So I'm super excited to play with it. So this stamp set has so many beautiful watercolor images in it. And it doesn't have, did you show the stamp sets?
Yeah.
Maybe I was busy.
Oh, I didn't show the Holly Jolly Wishes yet.
Okay, so this doesn't have any sentiments in it. So we paired it with the Holly Jolly Wishes, which is also from the July through December mini catalog that we got. This, I think, was one of the spin for a prize things that we got. So there were like some different Christmas sentiment stamp sets, and we actually both ended up with the same one. So we're both using both of these stamp sets with the images and the words today. And so I have got just a whole bunch of stamps and inks ready to go. So this is all the coordinating colors. And just like Mom was saying, the pine cones are a two-step image. So you have the brighter image or the bolder one, and then the detail is going to be in a darker color. So I'm using Crumb Cake and Early Espresso. I did find it interesting because one of the samples in the catalog, I think they used cinnamon cider. It was really more of a warm brown, and that looked really pretty too, but there's not cinnamon cider in the paper. So two-step pine cones, and then this is really fun. This is a two-step image with the berries. So you have the stem and then the berries, and they line up with all the little open spots on the stem. Oh my gosh, it's always so nerve-wracking to do that live. I think I lined it up pretty good. So then also you can use the berries with the holly. So when I was using it with the holly, I just trimmed off the extra berry, but you need the extra berry. Like I stamped it and then trimmed it off. I didn't trim the stamp. And then for this card, I just stamped a whole bunch of the different elements in the foliage. And whenever I get a stamp set like this, that's kind of what I start doing. I just stamp a bunch of the images and then die cut them and then kind of arrange and put them together on a card. So I have my images already die cut, so I will not force you to watch me through that. But I wanted to stamp and show you those beautiful images. So here's what I'm using on the card. And let me just slide my stamps out of the way and do a magic of TV moment. Ta-da! They're all die cut. And then I also die cut two of the labels. So for this card, this is just some easy layering, and this is a layout that is super easy. I've got a strip of designer paper that is, I think it's 1 3/4 inches by 5.5, and I'm going to put this down the side of my card about 1/2 inch from the edge. And then I'm going to layer all of the elements onto this larger tag. So this is the largest of the tags that are in the set. These labels really are very versatile. And like I said, you can use them for more than just Christmas. I did take some inspiration. Like I always turn to the catalog when I am crafting with new products. And so like some of the arrangements of elements, I was inspired by the catalog. Some of the color combinations, that too. Now to tuck in other elements, I'm going to put these on with glue dots so that I can just sort of tuck underneath. Man, that one really, usually I don't stick down so well. So I've got the greenery there, and then these are going to go on so easy with the glue dots. Do you use glue dots like this a lot? Is it just me?
No, I do the same thing.
Especially like little like ribbon or other loose embellishments. It's so easy to use the glue dots. Stick them on and then pull it off. Oh, I love that little pop of red there. And then some over here on the other side. Now I did all of these with flat glue because I wanted my sentiment to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals, and I try not to have like too much, dimension on there. In the catalog, which we can't show you, there is a really fabulous greeting set that's part of the suite. And you mentioned it, Mom. It comes with some detailed dies, I think. I think like pine cone detail dies. So the dies that are in this set just cut out like the outline of the stamp image, but the other set that has the words in it is detailed pine dies. So the sentiments that we're using from this jingle or Holly Jolly wishes don't necessarily coordinate with the dies, but it'll still work. So the one that I picked out says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." However, the whole thing is not going to fit on my label. So I'm going to use my marker to omit. Did you show this recently when we did a video, Mom, omitting?
I may have, because I do it frequently. But yeah.
I'm just using the marker on the brush tip to just color in the sentiment. You could also use like a piece of Scotch tape to cover the words that you don't want to ink and use an ink pad, but marker really is the easiest way to highlight just one word. So I've got just the Merry Christmas on there. And then I wanted to add, check out this new ribbon. Isn't this beautiful? So Mom got one and I got another one, and then we traded. We did that a lot with the pillow gifts that we received, where we split packages of designer paper and other things like the ribbon, so that we could each take a little bit of both of, as much as we could home. So we got this beautiful ruffled red ribbon, and that is so pretty. I'm not sure, I have to study the catalog a little more. I don't know which product suite it's supposed to go with, but
not this one, but that's
okay. With this one though.
It does. I had it on my table in case I wanted to use it, and I went a little bit different direction. So yeah, there's a lot in this catalog. I'm in trouble.
So I got the label just kind of half covering that. I feel like maybe I need to trim this ribbon just a little bit.
I kind of liked it hanging over, but hey, it's your card.
Oh, I'm worried that it's going to go off the card.
Oh, yeah.
It is really, let me fold this and you can see, like, I'm using up all the space here. Since I have dimensionals under the label, I'm just going to add regular adhesive under the big label to stick that on. So easy, of course, because I had everything pre-die cut, but I just love these images. They're so pretty.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Jay. Nice job.
So I have another version of the same layout, same stamp set. I just used different labels. So both of these labels are in the die set. And then I used the holly. So just like I said, same stamp as the berries here. And I just cut off like the extra one. And then I use the ribbon and different pattern of the designer paper. So the colors over here are Pear Pizzazz and Garden Green. And then here we've got the soft succulent, evening evergreen, and then the crumb cake and early espresso. Nice. Oh my gosh. All right. I cannot wait to see what you've created. Are you ready with your desk?
I am. I am. All right, here we go. All right, so I'll put the stamp set away since Julie already showed it to you, the Holly Jolly.
You got to switch.
I've got to switch my camera. I was supposed to be doing that. I was so intent on watching you that I didn't switch my camera. Anyway, so yes. So we both use the Holly Jolly wishes. I'll put that away because you've already seen it. And so my card base for this card is early evergreen. And then I've got a piece of real red. So this is the standard half sheet scored at 4 1/4, or no, 5 and whatever. Yes. So
4 1/4. Yeah.
And so on this, the real red piece that I'm using is 2 3/4 by 6. And then I scored it at 2 inches. And I also ran this through the embossing folder. So I'm going to take my inside piece, which is going to be this with basic white, and I'm going to adhere this under here, because this is going to, let me just show you. This is going to fold over. You know what I didn't cut? Oh my goodness. I forgot a piece. Shame on me. So this is going to fold over this way.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So yeah, So I have to show you the finished card because I'll show you how to put this together, but I forgot to cut the designer series paper.
Oh, no.
But that's okay. So like Julie, I mean, I would have had it and got my label ready because I thought if I try to do this on camera, I'm going to mess it up.
Yeah,
So anyway,
that's a tight
let me show you what I did. So I am going to use some adhesive and put some on here. Now you want to be, well, of course, let me get one that's going to function here. So let me show you, they have to be a little careful because if you stick it right to the crease, it's not going to fold over the top. So you need to leave a little from your score line here. I just kind of pull it out a little bit. Well, it would also help if I had it the right way. Oh, I think I did. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down here.
So the white piece is just inside the score line, or the score line's inside the dark green line?
Actually, I have the score line. Let me see here if I can point it out to you. The score line is really right here. So it's, I kind of hung it over a little bit. Okay. So then I'm going to just lay my basic white down here. Oh, I just slid it. Okay. So then you're going to get that down there. So that you, oh, well, yeah, then you have to put the basic white down so that you can fold it over. All right. So pretend I glued it down. And then we're going to put this on here. Now, before I do that, though, on my finished card, I used the new early evergreens, kind of got some textured weave to it. So I wanted to see how it would look. Oh, I am so torqued. I may have to step away and cut this because I wanted to see how this looked with the paper.
I want so badly to cut it and give it to you, but I can't reach through the camera.
I know.
Technology has not reached that point yet where I can pass you to cut paper.
I know. I have to find it. I may have put it away. Okay. So where's my ribbon and scissors? I am going to step away and do that, I think, because, well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll switch it over to
all right, let me do that.
Yeah, I'll switch the camera back.
And talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna move my stamps out of the way and just show you that paper again, because golly, it's just so beautiful. I love too how it's not all like Christmassy, right? Like you could 100%, I feel like, use these cards like this is just leaves. You could use that for spring or summer. And mom said those could be ornaments. I hadn't even thought of that, using them as ornaments, but really just circles in any way, shape, or form. Like that does not have to be a berry. And of course, that herringbone as well. Like that could definitely work. Gosh, I just thought Valentine's Day, you could use that for Valentine's Day too. So the pine cones, of course, are kind of Christmassy, but really just winter in general. Oh my gosh. Here, let me show you that a little close up because I don't think you could see it well on mom's camera. It's a soft sea foam is the light green, and then the white pattern on top, and then this one too. Like that, just that's so summery, don't you think, Mom? Like not just
it really is.
Not just Christmassy. All right, let's switch the camera back to Mom. She's got her paper ready to go.
I am so sorry about that. Okay, so here's the designer series paper that I'm using. I have to make sure I don't put it on here upside down. And while Julie was finishing, I went ahead and adhered my basic white piece in. So let me do that now.
And that red is textured, right? You used an embossing folder?
I used an embossing folder to give it a little bit of texture.
I love that. I don't think it shows well on the camera, but I think you used the Tasteful Texture embossing folder, if I remember.
That sounds about right. Okay, so I went ahead and I put some of the sheer early evergreen ribbon on this. And then I've got our Merry Christmas for You. And I stamped this on a piece of with basic white and die cut it with one of the labels in the die set. And I'm just going to adhere this on. Oh yeah, you see my mistake on the back, right? Well, that's what I love about Stampin' Up! Paper. It has two sides.
Yes.
Okay, so I may trim this a little bit later. And then to finish it off, I brought out our holiday gems. So even though it may not be early evergreen, I just thought, yeah, I got to sparkle stuff. I can't not.
Yeah.
Because we are the sparklers, right?
That's right. I forget about those holiday rhinestones. Those are so good. And that's in the annual catalog. So you can get that right
Yes.
now.
Yes, you sure can. So here is the card.
Oh my gosh.
With the evergreen ribbon. And then here's the card that I did, and I used that weave ribbon. So I'm just going to ask you guys, which one do you like better? Do you like the sheer ribbon, or do you like the textured ribbon?
I don't know. That's really tough. Now that you've made it with the sheer ribbon, are you leaning one way or the other?
I'm kind of leaning towards the sheer.
I was thinking the other one. But honestly, like you could go either way. I love that the sheer ribbon is like a little bit lighter, but the color is gorgeous on both. It's the same color, so
right. Yeah.
Wrong.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to see comments. So
yeah, I love it. I love the fun fold. That is really cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that is that. And then I did, like Julie, I made another one because I love this paper so much. Let me put these aside. So I wanted to go, let me let the camera catch up with me.
Oh, so, gorgeous.
My card base is crumb cake. And so I used the pine cones that really shows the artistry of this. And I chose We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And I stamped and die cut out a pine cone like Julie did. I used crumb cake and stamped off.
Okay.
I did one with, actually I did several using the early espresso, but I thought it was like, it kind of jumped too much. Yeah. I wanted it to be a little subtle. And then I just kind of feathered one of these. Now the other bundle that comes with this suite has some really pretty fern dies that I probably would have chosen, but I just kind of took my snips and I just kind of frayed that a little bit. And then I did use some of the weave again and took some linen thread and just tied a little knot around the corner there. If you can kind of see what I did.
Yeah, there. I love that linen thread with the ribbon. And then did you stamp on the inside of?
I did. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I did. Thanks, Julie. Yeah, so I did stamp a fern and a thing, a pine cone. I need more.
I didn't stamp on mine. I'll have to go back and add some.
Yeah,
that's cute. I love that in the corner though, just a little.
Yeah. So those are my projects using this suite so far.
Yay! I love them. I'm going to switch the cameras back to our faces and we can hold them up and show everybody both our projects at the same time. So let me switch. Oops, sorry.
Oops.
I'm going to add.
Why is my camera? There we go.
There it is. Oh, love it. Okay, let's hold up our projects.
Oops.
Oh my gosh, this suite is so amazing. So if you're a demonstrator, you'll be able to order all of these products on July 1st. But if you're not a demonstrator, why not? Not kidding. If you're not a demonstrator, you can get all this stuff starting August 3rd. So you have just a little bit longer to wait. But we hope you enjoyed the projects that we shared today and our first installment of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. All right, well, that's it for today. We're going to say goodbye, but make sure you come back next Sunday because we've got some more fun projects to share with you. All right, Mom, have a good week.
You too, babes. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.